Hey, thank you so much for watching. My name is Thomas and you're watching Tom's Tech Academy. In this video you will learn how to create pivot tables with UiPath Studio X. In front of me you see an Excel file, and in this Excel file you see car sales. So you see we have different colors. We have yellow, we have red, and we have blue. We have different engines. We have an electric and a petrol engine. And we also have different years in which the sales have been recorded. So we have 2022 and we have 2023. And then here you see the sales volumes. There is a link in the description of this video, and by clicking on this link you can download this Excel file. Just make sure that you save this Excel file in Project, Open Project folder, and then you will see here that I've saved carsales.xlsx over here. Let's close the file and let's start with creating a pivot table. And the first resource that we're going to need is this one, use Excel file, because we're going to tell UiPath Studio X that we will use an Excel file. And then we're going to also show which file to use, and we will do that by clicking on this directory icon. So make sure that you select car sales, not the project notebook. So this one, click open. And then the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to insert a new sheet. So let's search for this activity, insert sheet. This is the one you need. And that's a sheet where we are going to add the pivot table. Make sure to give your sheet a name. So click here on plus, text, and let's call this one car sales pivot. And after we've created the sheet, we also want to save it in a variable because we're going to use this Excel sheet later. So click here on plus, create variable, and let's call this one sheet underscore name. Okay, now we are ready to create a pivot table in the newly created sheet. So just search for create pivot table, this one, and make sure to put it beneath the insert sheet activity. Okay, first of all, we want to know the source of the data. So click here, Excel, and this is car sales. So this is just the first sheet that is already present in the Excel file. New table name, we just need to give our table a name. So let's as well call it car sales pivot. And then we also have to provide a destination, and the destination is the Excel sheet that we've just created. So click here on plus, use variable, and this is the one you need, sheet underscore name, because that's the same variable that we've also referenced here. At this moment you see that we still have an exclamation mark here saying this activity requires at least one child activity to be present. And basically if you create a pivot table, UiPath also expects that you're going to do some pivots. So let's start by doing that. Click on add pivot table field, and the first field that I'm going to add is click here on field, range is color, and I'm going to save that in a column like this. And to understand what we are doing here, you need a bit of background on Excel pivot tables, and there are other videos on YouTube that explain how pivot tables work and what's the most logic configuration of a pivot table. I'm just going to continue with adding another pivot field. Click add pivot table field, and this one is for year, and I'm going to make that a row. So click here on range, year, and by default it's already a row. I'm going to add one more, which is the engine. So click here on plus, range, engine, and that one I'm also going to store in a row. Then there is one more that we need, and that's of course the sum. So basically the sum column. So click on add pivot table field, then search for the sales, and this is the column where it's all about, and I'm going to say this is a value, and then you can fetch different functions. So you can, for example, sum, you can count. So counting is basically the amount of rows, but sum here is the most logical function. So I'm just going to put it like this. So this is the pivot table that I have created, and if I run this robot, you'll also see what this pivot table is going to look like. So if you've built this robot, let's click on run. Okay, let's open the Excel file, click open project folder, and go to car sales. So we'll see here that we have different rows. We have rows for the years, 2022 and 2023, with the totals of those years. So you see that in 2023, we've sold a bit more cars than in 2022. And then you will see as well that the sales of electric cars has also gone up a bit from 45 to 70, so that's quite significant. And the sales of petrol cars have gone down a bit. I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I see you in my next video.